And then we come dragging to church on Sunday morning, Wednesday night, Friday night, you know. It's hard for us to get out of the bed. It's hard for us to arrange things. It's hard for us to get there on time. But, you know, if we really got sincere about Jesus, really got concerned about the things of God, I tell you what, we make sure we was here at that door when it opened, so we get in here and we could create an atmosphere so we could pray and condition our hearts to where, you know, when he does speak, that there, you know, he said, speaking to the church, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. Somebody said, we're in the last days. Brother Jimmy was saying it. We're in the last days. We are there. The times that we've been looking at, the times that we've heard the preachers preaching to us for 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 years, it's here. It's here. I read last night, Iowa. This is one of our Midwestern states, kind of a fundamental state. Iowa, the Supreme Court overthrew the ruling and they made allowance for same-sex marriage. And as the presidents and the different ones, they try to win Iowa, it said, as Iowa goes, the nation goes. As Iowa goes, America goes. Is the third state in the union now to give this. They want to try to put some things in order to repeal it, but even at best, the voters won't get a vote until 2011. How much damage will be done between now and then? And they don't have their law the way it's set up. Anybody can come in there from any state and get married. We heard it. It's been told us. It said, and when they legalize it, the fire will fall. The judgments of God. See, the judgments of God. See, we keep hearing, you know, but there's such a large percentage that is against it. But Satan has climbed up into the upper lintels. He's climbed up into these places of judgment, the places of law, and he's legislated from the bench, and he's made things the way he wants it. And now, we're going to bear the consequences. And I say we, I trust that God has mercy on us. Amen. Jesus said, pray. Some people say we'll go through the tribulation. Some people say we won't. I know one thing. Jesus said, pray that you're able to escape the things coming upon the earth. So if he said to pray that we would be counted worthy to escape those things, then there must be an escape. There must be an escape. And I thank God, I believe we found one. I believe we found an open door there in heaven. And I believe we can hear as the angel told John, come up hither, I want to show you some things. I believe he wants to show us some things. Hallelujah. Killings, shootings. Up in New York. Then yesterday there was 2 more shootings. 3 officers was killed as they went to a home. Another place they found 5 members of a family dead. And the man at another place. Just all over. Oppression. What it speak of in the book of Revelation, it's talked about those bottomless pit being opened. It spoke about that thing and them locusts coming out there. Them evil spirits. God has given us a little bit of mercy. Brother George said he believed that had to do with Bill Clinton opening that bottomless pit because it made allowance for everything and degraded our White House, our Capitol, in place of where it's supposed to be, somewhat a place of decency. Defiled it. And now they say all that's going on is parties, parties, parties. I tell you, we are living in the end time. It's here. It's here. We need to get serious about the things of God and serving God. If there's ever been a time, I believe now is a time. You know, and it makes you check yourself daily. You know, what was it Brother George used to say? He'd say, you know, Brother Branham said back then in the 60s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, check yourself daily or whatever. Brother George said we should be checking ourselves, you know, about every moment. Continually checking examine ourselves. Examine ourselves. See if we be in the faith. See if we be in the faith. What faith? There ain't but one faith, and that's the faith of the Lord Jesus Christ. That's the only faith there is. These others are imitations. They're knockoffs. They won't get you through the hard times. But that faith of the Lord Jesus, that's not popular today. Oh, no, that's not popular. We got 11 different ways now to heaven, to God. Well, I don't want to take my chance. Amen. I believe I found a way. I believe I found a way. Amen. We was talking the other night about prayer. I was talking about faith and God answering prayer. These things. And I don't know. I thought maybe I'd talk just a little bit about faith this morning, if Lord allow. And faith and love. Faith and love. Faith and love. Amen. We need both. And I believe I can show you that in the Scripture. Amen. I believe I can show you that. I want to begin over in Matthew chapter 21. We'll begin over here, verse 19, 18. Let's see. In verse 18, and now in the morning as he returned into the city, he hungered. When he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it and found nothing thereon, but leaves only. And said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. You know, I want when Jesus comes by, I want to give him some fruit. I don't care what the season is. It don't matter if it's in the middle of the winter time of your life. It don't matter if it feels so cold. I want to be straining. I want to be doing something to produce some fruit. Amen. Sometimes we get that way. Sometimes it's like, man, where in the world are you, God? It's just like, man, you feel like, man, whew, Lord, am I saved? Anybody ever ask yourself that question? I ain't the only one, am I? I didn't see no hands. Let's see if I got, misery loves company. There's times, you know, you say, God, you know, I think God allows that. We talk about fear. You know, when the Bible says it speaks of fear, casting out, love casting out all fear, you know. Then you think, well, wait a minute, it says rightly divide. But it tells us to fear God. So that we have to understand what fear we're talking about and how fear works and these things. Because the right kind of fear in your life can be a good thing. It's a checkpoint. It's a checkpoint. So, you know, it's kind of like your temperature. It gets kind of, your temperature goes up, and, you know, we always want to get the temperature down. That's good to get it stable, but, you know, we need to find out what's causing that. That's the way fear, and that's the way a lot of things is in our life, and it helps us as a checkpoint. Brother George is a pretty good checkpoint. You ever put one of them tapes in, them CDs, listening to it? Oh, man. Put that MP3 on. Good checkpoint. Make you check up real quick. So, wow. So we have those. We want to produce because sometimes it seems like, you know, we get cold. So it's like, what are we doing? But all of a sudden you hear that little still small voice. Remember over there with the prophet? You know, he was over there at the mountain and God said, go up there, I'm going to speak to you. It said the wind blew, the rocks rent, thundering and lightning. God wasn't there. God wasn't there. But all of a sudden there was a small, still voice. That's what he was listening for. That's what we got to be listening for. That small, still voice. Then when you hear it, no matter how cold it's been, all of a sudden you feel that fire on the inside. You say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. I knew there was still something there. Holding on by faith. It said the fig tree, it withered. Nothing else grew on it. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, how soon is the fig tree withered away? Jesus answered and said unto them, verily I say unto you, if ye have faith, and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. There's a good reason to pray right there. That ought to be some motivation to pray. See, what are we praying for? See, are we praying, God, make me a vessel of honor? God, use me. Let me prepare me to be a sanctuary. Prepare me.